Welcome back again.
Welcome back.
There may be an echo. Papa wanted to be Inspector Gadget. So we have speakers. Never mind. There's no speakers anymore. We do welcome you back to the Like Father Like Son podcast, episode number 26.
Yes, sir.
I am the son, Manny.
Yup. And I am John, the father.
We do have a little special episode.
Wait. I am John.
I am your father.
Just making sure. Just make sure. We got some real good gadgets. A big old gadget. Look at it. He just went straight face right now. But
where's mine?
yeah.
That's gonna be my favorite.
That's gonna be yours.
Little Ewoks.
We've got this new, podcasting or.
We have a new soundboard.
There you go.
We have new mics. I don't know if y'all could tell.
Yep. Rode mics.
Rode podcasting mics.
Yep. Just trying to elevate the game a little bit.
A little bit. We do have a little special thing at the end, so
yes,
definitely stay tuned for that one.
It's May 10th, Saturday, May 10th.
Yes.
So just for reference, this way it'll make probably a little more sense. Stuff at the end. But yeah, so it's May 10th. And welcome again to our episode 26.
It is May 10th. There's a lot. There is a lot that's been going on. We'll definitely start off with sports right now. The Giants are 24-15 after a heartbreaking loss yesterday, 3-1
against Minnesota.
Against the Twins.
Yeah.
We're in third place. We're not doing too shabby.
Yeah, we're only like 2 games back, so we're in the running NL West. Keeping up with everybody else, the pods and whatever.
Yep.
So we're doing good.
But the unfortunate news that has come about is that Steph Curry is probable return for Game 6.
Game 6
of this Minnesota series.
That's over a week away.
Yeah.
This time it didn't require a butt pad, so it wasn't that kind of injury. But it's the first time.
I wish it was that kind of injury.
Yeah, right.
Just get a pad and put it back on the
Yeah, he
board.
seemed to do good anyway. Curry's had a lot of injuries. Others as well, Butler and all this stuff, right? But Curry's, it was like a hamstring, if I'm not.
It was his first ever muscle injury.
Right.
And so it was a grade 1 hamstring injury.
Yeah, so it was a hamstring pull. And so it happened in game 1. We won game 1 against the Wolves. We're on the second round now with the Wolves. And
the Western Conference semifinals.
Yes. Did you watch any of the game, or did you any of the highlights from the Wolves game?
Just that we were down 13-0.
We started 13
5 minutes.
Yep. There was that. And we ended up losing.
I didn't really watch anything. We lost by 24.
No, we lost. I thought it was only like 15.
No, we lost by 24.
Maybe you're right.
It was 117-93.
Yeah. I know they had gone up by 30. It was at some points like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And the only thing, I will say this, the only thing that I can take positives out of it is, and I don't know if it'll be enough to take us over the hump. I think Steve Kerr, Coach Kerr, played 14 people in the first half because he was just trying to find a combination that worked. And this, to me, I'll say this as a bit of a criticism. This is the part where I'm never fond of just like when you get to the playoffs, like only playing like 7 guys.
Yeah.
Because then the other guys, I get it. People are supposed to be ready, game ready. I totally agree with that. But if you ain't seen action in heck along, right? Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for everyone to adjust. Yeah. Starters with new guys, old guys, or whatever. Like I saw a pass that Pajemski threw to TJD, and he threw it behind him, right? And so that was about a communication, because the very next play down, I think it was either Draymond or Butler in a very similar situation where TJD was coming down the court and everything. He threw him a lob. Dunked the ball. That's what he likes to do.
Yeah.
And so again, it goes to so my I guess my silver lining and what I think is TJD has some good minutes. I think his bulkiness is going to help. I think post they've been really like going after him. So hopefully maybe TJD Kuminga had he led us with 18 points in that the game 2 loss. So, we just got to play our cards right now. But damn, May 18th cannot come around. Game 6 cannot come around quicker.
We got to win one.
Yeah, that's the hope,
We
right?
have to win one in order to get that game 6. We're definitely going game 5.
Yeah. And today is game 3 at home. So I've shifted back to San Francisco. So that's a good thing.
Yes.
Yep.
That's really it for sports.
Not much else going on.
Just nothing.
Valkyrie.
Oh,
Soon.
Valkyrie's next week, next Friday. We'll definitely try and get some clips.
They already had, remember that first game of the preseason?
The preseason, they are actually pretty good.
Right?
They only lost by 1.
Yeah.
And there was, I think it was all around defense and offense. They were all playing good. So, pretty good little start to the preseason, only losing by 1, especially being an expansion team.
Exactly.
So,
No, that was a good start.
we're doing good.
And they're playing. It was against the Sparks, and that's who we're playing the opening night as well.
Was it?
I thought it was.
I don't know why I thought it was against Chicago.
Nah,
It might have been the Sparks. I didn't pay attention.
just in the score.
I just saw us and just the score. That was really it.
Yeah. We'll say this: they played well, and so
Impressive. Most impressive.
You're really gonna love that, aren't you?
I'm really gonna love these buttons. I uploaded a bunch of Star Wars sounds. We have that capability, so
Yeah,
we're gonna get a little interesting.
there's gonna be a lot of Star Wars sounds now.
Yeah, we still have more capability. I hope you guys saw his face though. He's kind of like, this guy is gonna love these buttons.
This is gonna be terrible. I don't know if this is a good investment.
It's a great investment so far.
Switching to esports segment.
Yes, sir.
The LA Thieves are your major 3 champs. Holy shit. I was going ballistic.
That was about 2 weeks ago now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was going insane. Dan Ghosty wins his first. Finally. He did say something on the hot mic that I will not repeat. But
Please don't. Yes.
if he didn't get second again, something bad would have happened within the COD community. But he got first.
Yes.
We don't have to worry.
Yep.
It was a clean, easy 4-0 sweep against the Vancouver Surge, who is 0-8 in grand finals now. 0-2 in series count, 0-8 in map counts. They have not won a map. They lost to FaZe the last time. And that's who swept them the first time. And then, and then we swept them this time. So.
But it was an remember?
Oh, I was stressing.
No.
I was
I know.
stressing.
Well, remember, that was the finals when they swept. The finals match, right? But remember the one to
the
get
winners
in
finals, that had me even more stressed. A reverse sweep to get into major finals, and then a sweep just to finish it off because they were just wanting to go home at that point.
Mind you, on that Sunday, I said to Manny, "Hey, you want to just watch the championship game?"
I was gonna watch it in my room, and then he texted me. He was like, "You want to watch champs in here? They're not champs. Sunday in here." I was like, "Sure."
And so I got to witness all the stress.
They got to witness the stress and everything of just me and the Thieves and everything.
Yeah. I was a little stressed too. I mean, because it was like, oh my God, it was exciting. I mean, you know what? Like, again, it took me back to that time, that first time that we went. Yeah, at Champs.
Was it 22?
Yeah, just the energy and everything. And
I think I seriously in 22 I had a knot in my stomach from like my mind playing tricks on me of how stressed I was. Because we were at 4-0, and then we lost the next two matches. And
I
was
remember.
Like, oh,
No,
my
yeah.
God. The only team who could possibly pull up 5 in a row is FaZe. And we just gave up 2.
Yeah. You start to question.
Yeah, and then you start to question it. But we won in 22, and we won 2 weeks ago. We're currently 0-2, though, right now.
Oh, they're playing again this week?
Yeah.
Is this the next majors or?
Yeah, it's the next majors.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Who did we lose to first? Forgot who we lost to first, but we lost 3-0 against FaZe, so that was fun. But
Maybe you guys are just tricking them.
all in all, we face Vegas next, so it's gonna be a little good bounce back game.
That's cool.
But yeah, not much in esports. Major 4 qualifiers is happening right now. It's gonna be a very quick series because DreamHack is at the end of the month, and then they get towards the end of the month, and then they get a little break, and then we go to Canada.
What is a DreamHack?
DreamHack is a venue. It's like Comic-Con, but for gamers.
Got you. Okay.
It's weird.
That kind of makes sense.
It's in Texas.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Is it in Texas? Yes, Texas. Arlington, Texas.
Big old Arlington, Texas.
That doesn't sound right.
Austin, Texas?
Might be in Dallas.
Oh, yeah. That was...
Yeah, I was completely off.
Yeah.
What the? Thanks, man. Thanks.
Jabba was laughing at you.
Dallas. Yeah, there you go. Dallas. Dallas, Texas.
Cool.
Brain went blink. Yes, Dallas, Texas. We're not going to that one.
Yep.
We are going to the one in Canada.
Yep.
You will see us at Champs.
Yep.
So yeah, that'll be fun.
Looking forward to it.
And are we ready for what's going on today?
We could. I was just about to ask you one thing, though. Just speak on it real quick. What is happening, though, later this month that you're going to?
Oh.
I know we've talked about it a little bit before.
We've
But it's right around the corner.
We'll talk
now.
about it a little bit.
Now it's closer. It's right there. You can taste it.
I am going to a plane flying down to
You got your pilot license.
LA. I do. I'm going down to LA.
Uh-huh.
Don't do it. Don't do
You
it.
didn't know what I was going to do.
I don't want to know what you're going to do.
Stop it.
You were going to do the TIE Fighter sound.
I was going to do that.
Yes, I heard. I was in the bathroom before we started, and I heard the TIE Fighter.
That sound. You like that on the
No, I'd be like an X-Wing because I'm not going to miss
plane? Gotcha.
at all.
Hella laughing here.
I'm
Yes.
going to the Kendrick Lamar concert down in LA at the SoFi Stadium.
SoFi Stadium.
Yes.
Nice.
So it'll be fun. You know what I saw?
What'd you
You know what I saw? So, I don't know if I ever told you this. Remember how it's, last time Baby Keem was there? That's like the opener.
No.
You didn't go.
Yep.
I don't think I told you.
So that's why I wouldn't know.
So, yeah.
But
So, Baby Keem was the opener.
Gotcha.
You know how Kendrick and Keem are like the only two that I really listen to
Yeah.
right now. So there was a good portion in like the first quarter of all of Kendrick's concerts.
Okay.
Where Keem wasn't there.
Oh.
But he had played Family Ties and he was singing Family Ties.
Gotcha.
And then yesterday in Jersey at the MetLife Stadium, they were doing Family Ties again. And then out from under the stage, you see just Baby Keem come up.
He pops
So
out.
there's one of two things.
Nice.
One, the album that he was making is almost done.
Mm.
And then the album is completely done, and that's why he showed up. So, with that, there's a chance for him to be in LA.
You're getting your hopes up on that.
I'm getting my
Right on.
hopes up.
Hey, hopefully.
Hopefully, he's in LA.
That would be
Because
cool.
that would be amazing if he's in LA.
Yeah. That would be cool.
That'd be my second time seeing Family Ties live. By both of them.
Well, I hope it goes well.
Yes.
You,
Yes.
Kendall.
Me and Kendall are going to the Kendrick concert.
You.
It's even funnier than a week later I see him again.
Oh yeah, because in
that's it.
San Francisco. Yep.
Then it's at AT&T Park.
18.
Or for the newbies and the Giants, Oracle Park.
Yep.
So it'll forever be AT&T Park. For you, Pac Bell Park.
It could be all kinds. Yes.
What was the one before that?
No, Pac Bell is how it started.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We don't claim Oracle Park. It's Oracle Arena. Oracle.
Just go to the Giants to go see the Giants. That's what.
Yeah, Giants Stadium.
So cool.
Right.
Little tangent there, but yes. Now back on track.
Now the one
Agenda.
that will take a lot of this. We do know that WrestleMania was about 2 months ago. Less than a month ago.
About a month ago, yeah.
About a month ago. But like WWE, they like to do these things.
It was on Easter.
Oh yeah,
The 20th, 420.
It was on Easter.
Yeah.
And we were hunting eggs while Cena was hunting the 17th.
Yeah, he was.
But there's a thing after WrestleMania that always happens. Didn't it used to be called Payback?
They've changed so much. I have no idea which is which. I just know it's this month's
Peely.
paid. Yeah.
Peely. But we have WWE Backlash in St. Louis.
St. Louis. It's happening today.
It is. I was gonna say the time, but this isn't live, so it does not matter.
Right.
Let's get the
What do we get?
the matches. Our thoughts.
Let's get to the match.
I'm looking at that, and you put the same match twice.
Nice.
I'll be honest. I don't want to see his match again.
I was testing you. That's what. No. Yeah.
I do not want to see this match again.
Which one?
This Money in the Bank cash-in match that had happened.
So
Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax.
yeah, man.
I don't care about this rivalry. This rivalry is boring. We need a different partner for Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah. I hope to God that Jax doesn't reclaim the championship.
Especially after the whole thing with Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, man. Like,
She beat Charlotte Flair, and then now we're getting a match with Nia Jax again.
yeah.
If it was Jade Cargo that won, that would have been more interesting.
I could see that.
Because
Absolutely.
then Naomi would have cost her and keep that
Absolutely.
rivalry
That
going.
could be some other stuff. Yeah. I hope that Jax. Come on.
I hope, yeah.
I know she's a powerhouse. I know she whatever, but
I will always remember.
going to another title.
I always remember when me and Ethan went to
Raw.
Mm-hmm. And quite literally when Jax came out, we were booing. The entire stadium was booing. I don't think we heard a word of her promo.
Yeah.
I had to come back home and watch that promo just in order to hear what she was saying. Even then, you could still barely hear what she was saying.
Yeah.
And the funnier part was Rhea Ripley literally literally can't hear you in the ring.
That's
So that
funny.
was like a funny when we saw it.
That is funny.
Especially in person, it was funny. And then going back and watching it, it was funny.
Yeah.
And the CM Punk one.
I mean, Jax is just boring. So I hope Stratton wins.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want.
I'm not gonna lie. When we saw the CM Punk, this is all before Royal Rumble.
Yep.
So it was like, oh, CM Punk declares for the Royal Rumble, Hitmon music, and then it's Seth Rollins music.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally, I looked at Ethan and I was like, he said something. What did he say? And he was like, I don't know. And then I had to go watch it back, and it was like, why couldn't it be Rhea Ripley that interrupted me? Like anybody else, but this guy, because that's when Punk and Rollins had that whole feud and everything.
Yep.
But that was a good one. I don't know if all these matches are at Backlash. I'm looking at this now, and I think 5 of these are at Backlash.
Okay.
I think that's the whole card.
I'd gone on to something to look at it for the card, so we can go around there. But so the one
Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus Giulia and Roxanne Perez.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Giulia.
Giulia.
I've heard them pronounce it Giulia.
Oh, I've heard it pronounced so many ways.
What do I think about it? I mean,
Raw has Sky and Rhea, and then them two.
Huh?
Raw is having Io and Ripley versus Giulia and Perez.
what's that got to do with this?
It's not on Backlash.
Gotcha.
It's the Raw after Backlash.
Gotcha. I thought that it was on their thing too. But anyways, so do we go to it or skip for it? I mean, I want like Rhea and Sky, to do it.
That's the whole card.
Cool. Nice. All right.
You have all the matches.
Ripley and Sky, I think. Although the newbies are, they're coming up and doing whatnot. That's cool and all, but it's kind of like earn your stripes a little more, in my opinion.
This is the best way to earn your stripes.
True, but
Like,
there's been other contenders that have been around and other kind of stuff.
I don't know if they're going for. I don't know if Perez is going for the world championship.
I could see that if they win, then they'll try to go for it and stuff.
Maybe. Who knows? I see it more as a tag team push. Yeah.
I just don't know if
I'm not gonna
Sky
lie.
and Ripley are going to stay as tag teams.
I bet say yeah. I think
That's the
I'd
part that
want
doesn't make
Giulia and Perez to win for that one.
I could totally see, like, again, Giulia and Perez, if somehow, whatchamacallit, reunited, Cargo and what's her name?
Belair.
Yeah, and Belair. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
can see that kind of. But who knows? It seems to be strange, and they were trying to force Ripley and Sky to be friends.
Yeah. That Jey Uso versus Logan Paul, I think that's a Saturday night main event.
So what's the ones that are on there that you have that
So-
you just showed me? Instead of
Why is Siri?
knocking my stuff.
I'll forever knock your stuff. So, the official card
Yes.
for Backlash today. Penta versus Dominic Mysterio for the IC.
Okay. So what do you think about that one?
I want Penta to win. I will forever want Penta to win.
Yeah.
Do I think he's going to win? No. Do I think...
Is this when George Kittle comes out?
No. Do I think Baszler, McDonough, or Carlito is going to mess something up?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's the Judgment Day. Of course. Is it going to be cool to see Penta holding an IC champion? Of course.
just
I
don't know who.
want Penta to win. I don't think he's going to win.
Yeah. Too much against him.
There's too much. Dom just won the IC championship.
Yes.
So,
But, that doesn't mean he has to keep it for a long time, though.
yeah.
I don't know exactly what the storyline is if he keeps it. So, yeah, I don't know how that one will work out. But, yeah, I also agree that somehow they're going to get involved, the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's
We have a fatal four-way between
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, LA Knight, and Jacob Fatu. What the hell?
whatever the hell Fatu does, man. He just goes nuts, dude.
Oh my god! He did the boogeyman dance real quick. You know that's where he got it from? That
No.
tweaking ass emote.
What?
He got it from the boogeyman. Pretty sure he got it from the boogeyman. From what I read, I think he got it from the boogeyman. For people who don't know, the boogeyman was some scary ass character in WWE.
He just, whatever.
Hated the boogeyman. Fatu's retaining.
Oh, it is for the title, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
If Fatu doesn't retain, it's because Solo and Tama interfere.
I think they're going to interfere, and then it'll be a,
It's gonna be a.
disqualification, but he won't
There's
lose
no
the
DQs.
title.
It's a fatal four-way. There's no DQs.
Oh, yeah.
They
That's
can
right.
use chairs, kendo sticks,
You're right.
ladders. They can jump
Well,
off.
they're going to interfere somehow.
They're gonna interfere.
But I don't think he loses it because of it. I think he just goes ballistic on him afterwards.
Yeah. Then it's gonna set up a Solo versus Fatu type thing.
a beating.
I'd love to see that. I'm not gonna lie. And then Fatu joins Roman. No reason.
Just because. Yeah.
It's just their family.
Gotcha.
Not Bailey. Why the hell did I say Bailey? I saw her face and I still said Bailey. Lyra Valkyria.
Yes.
Versus Becky Lynch.
Yep.
For the IC title.
Yep.
Who wins?
Something tells me it'll land with Lynch, but I want Lynch to lose.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they're gonna do this push for Lyra to retain. So be like that big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like beating your idol, this and this.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cody Rhodes can do that shit. But yeah. I feel like Lyra's gonna win. I feel like Lynch will lose because Bailey interferes. Bailey comes back and interferes and everything and all that stuff.
But I could also, this is like a crazy one though. If Lynch does win, does she now get on the same page with Seth Rollins and the new shit he's pulling?
No.
No?
No.
Husband and wife taking over WWE?
No.
Maybe.
Absolutely not.
Maybe.
My favorite one for this day. Pat McAfee versus Gunther.
I'm not mad at the match and obviously the way they set it up. Cool.
McAfee's been at WrestleMania before.
So has George Kittle. So
no, he's actually wrestled at.
So here would be my big thing, right? Have the match. Cool. Is it a DQ one? Is it like a regular match?
I think it's just a regular match.
Okay. So here would be my problem if McAfee wins.
Gunther looks like a slime bag.
No. It's got not even to do any of that stuff. If McAfee wins, why was it so hard for Jey Uso to get his ass whooped for like 4 months by Gunther? And how come he couldn't beat him? If
Gunther was on a
McAfee,
tear.
an announcer, can just come out of nowhere, no athletic anything in the last years or whatever,
Whoa.
and then he wins. No, but I'm just saying, like, how would that look?
The NFL.
How would that look then if a longtime wrestler, actual wrestler, and all that stuff, and he beats Gunther? Jay would need to go like, dude, let me just give you the title, dog, because it took me, like I said, 14 months.
That's when Gunther was on his, like, no bullshit and, like, just tearing people apart.
Similarly to what he did when he went after the announcers, right? He's like, I don't give a fuck, and he's just going after them, right? So he's still on the same tip.
That was the whole thing.
Still
with
mad,
McAfee.
still all that stuff, still whatever. If McAfee wins, it is a fucking travesty. I want to see it for entertainment purposes. I hope he gets some licks in. I hope all this kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm going for Gunther, or that I would like for him to win. But if somehow McAfee wins, then that's my big question. So Uso couldn't beat you, but somehow Pat McAfee does. Yeah. Horrible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If other people help him, if like the other announcers or whatever, I don't know.
That'd be funny.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
See JBL come back and try and help him.
Yes, that would be fucking comedy.
Who's the other one?
It depends how far back you go.
Who's the king? Jerry the King Lawler.
Jerry the King Lawler. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like if some shit like that, like announcers banded up, hey. That would be comedy. That would be comedy. That would be entertaining. I could see that happening.
Wade Barrett gives his elbow.
All
his
that
famous elbow.
All of that. But if it's just McAfee wins, maybe it's just me, but I feel that all of Jey Uso's trials and tribulations to me are then in question because it's like, really, an announcer fucking beat him, but you couldn't. That's
and
be trash.
The main events. One last time that this ever happens in WWE. Mm-hmm. I doubt it. But the apex predator,
Apex.
the man with the voices in his head, Randy Orton, versus the greatest of all time, the last real champion, Mr. 17, John Cena.
Yep.
Who wins?
I think because of the bigger storyline, I think Cena wins. I couldn't see Orton.
I can see that.
So for that reason, I think Cena wins. Will somebody like Travis Scott? Will somebody? I mean, like, will there be other stuff?
Maybe The Rock comes back.
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I doubt it that he would come back for this, and he wasn't there for WrestleMania. But you mean anything's possible?
You know who's gonna team up with Cena?
Who's that?
Cody Rhodes.
Down the strange one.
Cody Rhodes comes back as a heel, and he teams up with John Cena.
That would be interesting.
And he pulls a Stone Cold Steve Austin and flips off the crowd. And he means it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what. Remember, there was all that, speculation on this big plan that The Rock had or whatever. Maybe another part of the plan comes out. I don't know who.
Hopefully another part of this plan. Dean Ambrose comes back.
But, yeah, you've been saying that for years. But I do hope we see an RKO, at least one. I've always liked Randy Orton, so I hope he, definitely. I hope it's a good match.
Do you want to see a Randy Keith Orton?
I just want to see, I think, a good match. And I think a lot of people were criticizing Cena in the last match where he looked a little oldish, a little rusty-ish. So hopefully he looks a little bit better.
Hopefully. But I think it's going to be that whole, I'm not giving you shit.
Yeah. No, I get that.
You are not getting anything.
Right.
I will be lackluster as shit. I will be mediocre.
Yeah.
You are not getting anything.
Yeah. I will say this. I think Randy Orton he's a more fearful competitor than Cody was.
Yeah. What I would want is Cena lose the title, win it back again, get 18, and then they push Orton to get 17.
Yeah.
So Ric Flair is slowly going into this.
You just don't want Ric Flair with anything.
Nope. And then they push Roman and make him win it about 35 times.
35.
Roman is the undisputed GOAT.
Yeah. Sounds like that's all happening by the end of the year. Yeah.
No, not by the end of the year. By the end of his career. By the end of Roman's career, at least.
So, yeah. All right. So, those are the matches. Yeah, I know. Hopefully, we'll see.
But
how that all plays
in
out.
sad news, WWE did come out with releases, and those releases contained Cora Jade. You didn't have it up there.
Yeah, there was a whole. I think there was like 8, 9 that were released.
Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler. I really just don't care.
Some of these I know for me, it was just like, oh yeah.
Dakota Kai was more of like a damage control, so that one kind of sucks. But then the big man, the big SOB,
yep,
the monster among men, Braun Strowman, was released.
He was released.
It was actually the second time that he's been released by WWE.
Yeah, kind of sad.
Kind of sad.
I don't know. Well, I mean, like you just said though, right? Some people have been released and then they'll come back. I don't know what I thought I read some stuff kind of online, that Strowman was having a lot of like back pains and so he had this contract and there wasn't as much play, on it and stuff.
I mean, that makes sense.
So I don't know if that's true or not. It was something I had read, but
yes.
Again, I mean, definitely. I always liked Strowman. I thought they were underutilizing him. I thought they fucking played that out with Fatu and him.
Yeah, but I didn't like that.
It was like, dude, come on, move on beyond that shit.
Yeah.
It
would be nice if he had the U.S. title.
Yeah.
But, no.
Yeah. So there was all that. But, yep. We'll see if he surfaces or whatever, comes back or lands somewhere else, AEW or some other shit.
I hope to God he's not on AEW.
I hope not either, but...
I hope he goes to like TNA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, or TNA.
But it's still WWE.
Yeah. Or now, maybe he can go down to the Luchador
You
league.
think that dude is joining AAA? You gonna be a big SOB in a luchador mask. We're not pulling another Chad Gable right now. You see, he won the Speed Championship.
No.
El Grande Americano,
Won what?
aka Chad Gable, won the Speed Championship.
What was the speech? I don't know what the speech.
Like the main event type things.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like the live events.
Gotcha.
He won the Speed Championship belt.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I didn't realize that.
It's the worst gimmick ever in WWE.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
This is horrible.
This is trash.
This make James Ellsworth looks good.
I want them to rip off that mask as soon as possible.
They make this gimmick make Hornswoggle good.
Wow. Hornswoggle. Comedy.
Before we get to those two last things, do you want to go get?
What do we want to do? Is that what you want to shift to?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
We're gonna put.
I'm making some arrangements.
We're
right
gonna
now.
put a seamless cut.
Oh, yeah. You want to do that?
Yeah, there's just a lot of downtime.
Okay. Do we need to look?
No, we don't need to look like anything. It's just gonna cut.
Got you. Sounds good.
Like right now. Boom. Seamless cut.
Back.
And now we have a special guest.
Hello.
Would you like to?
This is our end of episode.
This is our little Mother's Day surprise. For all
Surprise.
you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mama's Day.
This is obviously recorded on May 10th.
Yes.
So for our Mexican and other Hispanics.
Latino.
That's what I meant. Happy Mother's Day to all you guys. On
En
this
español.
Dia de Madres.
Feliz Dia
de las Madres.
I got 3 words right.
You did. 60%.
But for everyone else, it should be coming out on Mother's Day.
Yep.
So happy Mother's Day to all you.
Yes.
For all the mamas, we do appreciate everything that you do, especially for me, the mamas in my life. Appreciate all you guys. And then, yeah. Would you like to formally introduce yourself?
Hi, I am Eva, the mother.
Mother. Just for this episode, we have a trifecta here.
We have the full family trifecta.
Team Tour is in full effect.
Yes. But going back to what we were talking about originally, we're not putting you on WWE.
Thank goodness.
But for the folks, sinners, did we talk about it last time?
We talked about the movie that we saw and all that stuff, but this is now also about just putting back up. Remember, we went to go see it a second time. We talked about we were going to go see it in 70 millimeter IMAX.
Oh, okay. So we did talk about it.
So we talked about it the first time we went to see it. The second time in the bigger screen. I don't know if you saw any differences or anything you wanted to talk about around there.
Did you see any differences, Madre?
Yes. First of all, it was on a Tuesday at 10 p.m. And for moms out there, I'm usually in bed by 10 p.m. So this was a new one for me. I felt, so it was on the big screen at the Metreon in San Francisco. And for those of you who have not been there, it's huge. And I felt like I needed to put my head back from the screen because I felt like I couldn't see the whole screen. But I liked it. I know we and I had this comment where we were assuming the whole movie was going to be in 70 millimeter. So
Yeah.
the whole screen was going to be.
I'd realized afterwards that a 70 millimeter film is probably super expensive just because it's a 15 perforated film and it goes, what was it? It goes left to right.
I think we both looked at each other when the screen cut to just the smaller image and we were like,
I was like, oh, wait.
Huh?
Why is it small? But
if you all recall, remember that was your thing that you had researched where there was only 8 theaters in the country doing it in that dual IMAX and 70 millimeter kind of thing, which was what Ryan Coogler intended, or the way he filmed it, right? That's what you had researched, right?
Yeah. He had researched it 2 ways. Or not researched. He had filmed it 2 ways.
Right. He had filmed it 2 ways. And that was the ideal way of doing it. So we got to see it in how he meant for it to be shown. And the night that we went, like you said, it was a Tuesday. There was only one.
Random ass Tuesday.
Well,
Yeah.
There was reason for that. It was because when we started to look at, well, you're going to go, the times for like the weekend that we were looking at it was either the very first row, and there was no way we were going to be sitting that close. We'd be watching it like this.
That's what I'm going to do at Champs.
That's what you're going to do at Champs?
Yeah. Because I have the seating that's super close to the stage.
Oh,
I know the TVs are going to be all the way up.
I don't know.
But you're going to see the stage, right?
You're going to be looking at the stage, not at the screen.
No, yeah. I still have to watch the game.
Yeah.
Look up at the screen.
Yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Well, and that first time that we went, it was a Tuesday. Like you said, the Wednesday was the first run. That was the last day. But now they extended, or they're going to do other runs at the same theaters. So it's going to be back for one more week.
They're redoing it. I think it starts May 15th.
May 15th. So
15th through the 22nd.
23rd?
23rd.
Something like that. Yeah. So for 1 week, they're going to extend it and show it again at the same theaters in the same format, because I guess everybody was had great reviews, about that. So they extended it a little bit further. Yeah. So that was kind of where we were, or what I had put down there for us to talk about Sinners.
Yeah.
Unless you guys have anything else y'all want to.
What were your thoughts of Sinners, Mother? Because we didn't get your opinion on it.
I thought it was great. I mean, we've seen a lot of movies in your lifetime. I know Pop and I have seen a lot of movies in our own lifetimes. And what I appreciated was the story felt very original. Sure, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, it's like a vampire movie. So there's some aspects to other vampire movies that were similar, but I felt that Ryan Coogler did a really, really good job by telling a different story. And there were different elements of things such as characters in the background. So it was very, very thought out, the people that he had in this film. And the characters were great. I mean, Michael B. Jordan was amazing. You forget that he's playing, that it's the same person, but playing 2 different characters. So that I thought was another element to just how good of an actor Michael B. Jordan is. And I mean, I'll be honest, Haley Steinfeld, I haven't seen her in a lot. I remember her when she was little and she was in a cowboy movie. Do you remember what the name of that movie was? I forget what the name of it, but she was good. I thought she was a good kid actress. And then she's a singer too. So yeah, she has a song. She sings too.
I didn't know that.
We can fact check that. If I'm wrong, we can change that. But I'm pretty sure she's a singer too. And I thought she did really well. All the characters, and for me, I don't like movies that I can figure out the plot. And in this one, there were different twists and different elements. Was I right?
She has multiple songs.
Yeah, I was right. Woohoo! So I just appreciated every character's role that they played. They were all harmonious, and it fit into the story that was being told. And I like period pieces, so the costumes were very good too. And yeah, I really liked it enough to go see it at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday for the second time.
It was surprising. But in this span, we did see a second movie. The Thunderbolts.
The Avengers.
No.
Oh.
The Thunderbolts. No. The Thunderbolts.
The Thunderbolts, yes.
What were your thoughts on Thunderbolts?
So you guys know, I pretty much go with you to these Marvel movies so that we can spend time as a family.
We are dragging her to Fantastic Four.
Which I really don't want to see at all.
I might be getting dragged too.
What the hell, guys?
Go on with it.
But Thunderbolts, I was I enjoyed it. long story short, there were some parts that were kind of slow, which I had heard after that some of the reviews were agreeing that it was kind of slow. But overall, as a whole, I enjoyed it. I found it entertaining, which I know we've talked about this in the past, that the reviews that sometimes people give, it's like, okay, but did you enjoy it? Like, did you forget your woes from your everyday life for those 2 hours you're watching this movie? And yes, Thunderbolts took us away and had a storyline that kept our interest. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
A movie that was shit on by critics, but was actually kind of funny. Go watch the Minecraft movie.
Oh.
Or watch it if it's on demand, because it gives you a whole separate feel.
I'm not going to go watch Minecraft.
For my kids at heart, go watch the Minecraft movie. What are your thoughts, Father?
Thunderbolts, I'd agree. It was entertaining. And considering what has been happening with other Marvel movies, we talk about this, right? Like, for a long period of time, the phase one of the MCU, when it was leading up to Endgame and the couple movies afterwards, the Spider-Man one after, but up until then, like, I thought they had done a great job. There was a balance of, you know, the storylines. There was a point to everything. The end credits all led up. So I thought it was well crafted at that point. And then they started to do these shows, and some of them were okay and whatnot. And then for a long time, it was like, what the hell? MCU, what are you guys? Are just a bunch of comedians? Like, everything had to be some funny ass thing, and everyone was a joker, and horrible. It was horrible, in my opinion, right? With the direction they were going. This kind of puts things back on track a little bit. There was some humor, but it was balanced humor, right? Yeah. And it was coming from the right people, right? It wasn't like everybody had to be a joker, you know what I'm saying?
Coming from one person.
But you know, again, like in other storylines or in other movies, like in other franchises, you got like the one comedy person, right?
Yeah.
So again, it's a balance. It doesn't have to be thrown at you and everything ridiculed and all kinds of stuff. So that's one thing I appreciated. And I think overall it was a good film. Like I said, getting stuff back on track. And so I'd probably give it somewhere like 7.5 or 8. That's where I kind of land on it. And more so, and you and I can talk even further at other points about it. My still thing is they're throwing a lot of things and somehow trying to have people figure out how it all connects to one another, right? So yes, we knew the Fantastic Four, right? That was going to be something that was obviously Doom and all this kind of heading in that direction. At one point it was Kang. And so there's been so many stories that are not intertwined, and I still feel they haven't made the hard connections. So I see, yes, the Fantastic Four now being kind of a common thread in things. I still haven't been sold on the Fantastic Four movie to this point. So hopefully hopefully something else, and the movie itself will be better than what I'm like right now viewing. But I'll say this, the Thunderbolts, the one thing for me was like, you know, I think about when the Avengers came out and there were some humans that were part of it, right? There was, you know, Black Widow and then Hawkeye. And so there was that. But then there was Thor, God of Thunder, right? The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, and all this stuff. Like, I don't see that in the Thunderbolts. Like, I don't see equivalents, you know, coming out of there. I don't know how Sentry is going to play out.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
They released a poster of Thunderbolts, right? Mm-hmm. And it was the same one from Endgame. How they did the original cast of Avengers, and then on the flip side, it was all the villains.
Okay.
So, like, who was it? I know Thor was Loki. Cap was either Red Skull or Bucky. I forget the other ones. But they redid it for Thunderbolts. So Taskmaster is Clint. Yelena is Natasha.
Right.
Red Guardian is Hulk.
Sorry, that one.
I don't see. It's weird. Bucky is Iron Man. Walker is Cap because of the shield. And then Sentry is Thor.
Interesting.
It's super weird.
Yeah.
It's interesting how they just made the connection, but
Yeah. And I still think the original Avengers would sock the shit out of them. Like it doesn't, they don't match up to me. Like, and so that's the thing, right? Like how are you going to battle against these galactic foes? And like, that's the part where I was like, I can't see these. These guys are going to get their asses whooped.
yeah.
They'll put up a good fight, but they're going to get their ass whooped. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I land with it. It's more about the overall MCU, kind of where it goes. But yeah, I mean, the movie itself was, I think it was a good movie. What'd you think about it?
I liked it. It was a cool little spin. I mean, especially steering away from all the Marvel where it's all super poppy and happy all the time and whatnot.
Right,
This was more of like in the mental of like what takes a toll on you mentally.
Yeah.
Especially you have mental blocks and everything. The Void.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That was
just
a good
to
one.
like,
Yep.
It was a very different villain.
Absolutely.
I think the only one that like went on par with it was probably Gore the Butcher from Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
That was like the only one that I could really think of that's kind of on par.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, it was a good film. I liked it. I definitely gave it like a 9.5. It was a good little spin.
Yep. It's been getting good reviews, like on Rotten Tomato and stuff.
It's been doing good.
Yeah. So yeah, people have liked
it. Yeah, it's different spin.
Yes.
I think that's why I liked it and everything and whatnot. But I am excited for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see the Ting in his suit and everything and his hat.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm excited to see that. The big old trench coat and the hat.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. But yeah.
Cool.
We're going to flip this. We do have a question, but it's not for Papa. Thank you.
Spot.
Normally it would be a question for Papa. It's going to be a question for Mother. So, Mommy.
Yes.
What has been your favorite moment as being a mother?
I have to pick one?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
And don't do the being your mother is my favorite moment.
Just in case, I don't know what's going to happen.
Wow, you're right, Papa. These on the spot questions are hard. Pick one. One? Jeez. I mean, there's so many. Because you were a good kid. We had fun. My favorite memory. Just
Get that Jabba laugh.
I don't remember which one it was.
Second top.
Is it the middle one?
it's not an evil laugh.
Here, do this.
Oh my goodness.
This is his fault, by the way. This is all
No,
his fault.
I've listened to them. Yes, I've heard them all. Jeez, favorite memory. I mean, I could have one for each year, so to narrow it down is kind of hard, and I guess that's kind of the testament to just how much I've enjoyed being your mom. I'm gonna try not to cry because I have makeup on. Favorite moment? I don't know. I guess to lump it all, just whenever we've done things. For those that don't know, we call Manny Stitch. For a long time when he was little, we called him Stitch because he just had a smile that was from ear to ear. And I think that might be my favorite, is anything that we've done to see that grin appear on your face means that you're just thoroughly in that moment and enjoying it. So I think one of the first ones we saw was at the pumpkin patch. You're just happy to be there with your cousins. Blowing bubbles you enjoyed doing that when you were little.
What pumpkin patch?
There's a photo.
Not your your memory.
No, not your.
I'm like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, looking back at photos, there's a lot of big cheesy grins. So those I really enjoy. But picking one memory, jeez, this is hard. I mean, obviously, okay, if I had to pick one, I'm stalling because I don't know, but watching you walk across the stage for your high school graduation, I think that was a great moment to be in a theater. You got to graduate at the Paramount Theater in Oakland, which was amazing. And that theater, for when I was younger, my parents used to take us to watch silent films at that theater. To be sitting in that same theater with your grandparents, with my parents, watching you walk across the stage, it was just kind of like this full circle moment. Like, I've been here before, but for a different reason. And seeing you with your lays and all your friends, and just, I mean, it's a big deal for a parent to watch their kid walk across the stage and graduate. And you had some struggles in the beginning. You were a COVID kid, so you didn't get the big graduation for 8th grade, a place that you had been at since kindergarten. So that was tough to watch because we'd known these kids. Some of the kids, you were in the same kindergarten class through 8th grade. And then for you not to be able to have that end of school party and getting to, because we lived in Hayward and you went to school in Redwood City. So it's not like you could go down the street and be like, hey, you want to hang out? So it took some effort to go hang out with your friends there. So being able to see you make new friendships at Moreau and bond with those people, those kids, and really see the smile come back on your face. Even though you had struggles, you were building these relationships with the people that even after graduation, they're still big parts of your life. And yes, your dad and I are always here for you, but we know that there's times when teenagers need to talk to their friends. So I am very appreciative that you have made really good friendships with some kids that you met 3 years, because school was, high school was 4 years, but that first year was COVID still. So you didn't get to have that welcoming to high school kind of thing. And it had to happen all over Zoom. So another memory, sorry, I'm just going to add this. Thinking about all that was the moment the school allowed you guys to be on campus. You were like, yes, I want to be there. And we were like, well, you're going to have to wear a mask. He's like, yep, I know, I'm fine. I'm going to wear a mask. But the part that is ingrained in my mind is the moment you could go practice with the baseball team. And I think you were a sophomore. And No? Freshman year, you guys didn't do anything, did you? Or was it in the summer?
I think they did.
I think we did, because I've had 4 numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I went 16, 15, 5, 13.
It was on JV,
Okay.
but they didn't have like a full season. So
We had that half season.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I remember driving you to the park, which was not too far from our house, and just watching you walk to this field where these high school kids looked gigantic. And you hadn't hit your little growth spurt yet. So you, and I forget who you were with, but you two just looked so tiny. And these guys were like hitting bombs into the trees. And I was like, oh my goodness. Well, this is what he loves doing. So just your excitement to be there was reassuring that even though we had gone through COVID, that you hadn't lost that spark for the things that brought you joy. So there might have been a little moment of delay to have that. But as we all know, your ability to play was not hindered, even though we tried to get you to practice more often than not. But, teenagers. But yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed being your mom. Being a mom is hard. But seeing the smile on your face and the hugs that you still give me, even though I have to initiate them. As do most teenagers. It's been my pleasure to be your mom. And I look forward to seeing where the road takes you. You told me something the other day that I was like, ugh, but I know certain conversations are always come up. We'll talk about it off air.
I was like, why did I say
Oh. And I'm trying not to say, I know that's bad. Obviously, the trips to Disneyland that we've taken have been super fun and full of memories as well. We've gotten to take those trips with your grandparents, which is not something that all kids have. So super appreciate the time there. But, Grandma Patty's a big kid anyway. So
yeah,
she will always want to join us
to
Disneyland. Going to Florida was super fun.
We missed our stop on the monorail.
Yeah, but you just enjoyed the monorail. We'd never been there, so it didn't matter. Just make an adventure out of it. There's no wrong turn. Just make an adventure.
That's where the Stitch photo came from.
Yes. We were waiting to have dinner at the Polynesian restaurant, or the Hawaiian restaurant in the Polynesian Hotel, and there was a gift shop. And you were kind of just walking around, and one of the cast members was a photographer, and she came and she asked if she could take photos of you, and so she put you, she had you sit, and it was the display of all the different size Stitch stuffed animals, and you're hopefully we'll find that photo, and then you're cheesing in that photo, and you're holding a Stitch, and it was just like, Manny.
I had my lazy eye too.
You had an allergy that we later learned that's what it was.
Allergic reaction.
Yes, he has seasonal allergies.
They get worse in Florida.
Well, yeah, as he did. Well, we also didn't know exactly what was going on at that time.
No, yeah.
So once it got, anyway, we did take him to the doctor, figured out what was going on, and then got it situated.
My eyes are fine.
His eyes are fine now. But that's part of being a parent. Like, I've never done it before. Papa's never done it before. So we're learning as we go. Did we know that we needed to take you to the doctor sooner? We probably should have, but you learn as you go. And so I appreciate your patience with me as your mother. Hopefully I've made you proud, and that I haven't made you not want to continue to be the best son that you are. And hopefully we'll go on many more adventures. Maybe not together, but hopefully you can tell me about the adventures. You don't have to tell me about them all. I know as teenagers you don't want to tell your parents everything, but as you know, you're always going to be a light in my life. So just keep shining, kid, like you said when you graduated. It's exciting to see you put your effort into the things that bring you joy. So just remember to put the effort into things that bring you joy. And Papa's been a big help with raising you and giving you all these setups for the things. I think of the things besides baseball, Papa has put in a lot of work to help you get to the parts to enjoy your creative sides. Papa was always the one that would make sure we got up and got out of the house and packed us up for all your baseball tournaments and everything. And he's continuing to appreciate or give you and provide the tools for the things that bring you joy. And can we say this mic is heavy? I'm getting a workout over here.
I think I'm used to it holding the belt.
Yeah. Man, it's heavy.
I think I'm only used to it because I hold the belt a bunch.
I'm trying to hold it too, but anyway, you can cut this part out. So it's hard to think of just one favorite memory. I could say things that might embarrass you.
Please don't. This is going on YouTube. Please do not.
But they're mental things in my head that just make me smile because at the end of the day, knowing that you are a happy individual shows me that I've done a good job. And hopefully I can continue to do things that make you smile. And you'll always bring me joy no matter what.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thank you, Mother, for not only the memories, but the talks and everything that I know we've had. And being scorekeeper for about 4 years or something.
I want an MVP plaque for it.
That one was an interesting moment, especially for all of us. And we all knew why that you had gotten MVP, especially with that season. Because that was a spring season. That was weird. We got mixed into two teams. We were in the Feds. We were the white team mixed with the red team. So
It became the pink
mixing
team.
colors, it became the pink team. But yes, you'll always be an MVP, no matter what. I think Papa could say the same thing.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I thank you for all the memories, especially ones in Florida, back here at tournaments, no matter what sport it was. The flag football in 8th grade.
Flag football was always so cold. I mean, baseball was cold too, but flag football would be at night on the top of a hill where it was so windy.
Clifford flag football.
There was a tournament team you were on too.
No, that was next level.
Next level.
I was talking about the Clifford season. That last year.
Oh, those were fun.
Yes. Yes, those two. Those were cold as shit. I was cold too, and I was playing. Yes, I thank you for all of those. And I'm just happy to have you as a mother.
You wouldn't trade me for someone else?
No. Not at all. Busy. Do you have any words back there?
Any words? Happy Mother's Day. I mean, I'm glad that you asked her this question and put her on the spot, since I'm always on the spot. No, but more importantly, I think you had said it earlier, dear, that it's like a teamwork thing, and so yes, I have many proud moments. I'm not going to talk about them or memories. I've shared in the ones you discussed, and I couldn't think of anyone else that I'd want to do this with, spend lifetime and raising our child. So I appreciate you as well as a mom. I think you've done, a great job. As you pointed out, there's learning lessons, there's all that kind of stuff that we all do, on both ends of it. But the positivity, always that you bring to it, and, there's never been, how would I put it, lack of love with any of your actions, even when it's holding Manny accountable or some other things, like it's always for trying to help him, support him, that he becomes a better young person. And so again, I totally appreciate you. I love you for, for being my partner in this lifelong journey. And I just agree with a lot of things that you already said, that it's just been an amazing ride to this point, and hope we continue to support you, sir, in the best ways that we can. So yeah.
I'm trying hard not to cough to the mic.
One last thought. There's a saying that when you have a child, you see your heart walk outside of your body, and that's true. And it's as you grow, it becomes a deeper love because you're out and about doing your thing, and And it is as difficult as being a parent is. I think it's easier when you're younger because you have a control over your environment. So you're making sure that you're not putting your child in danger or in questionable situations. But as you grow and you venture out into the world on your own, it's harder to it's harder to see you out and about. I'm trying to say this in a way that you can edit it so that it's nicer.
We don't need to edit it.
Okay, take two. The saying is, when you have a child, you see your heart walking amongst you. And that is true. As much as I've enjoyed watching you grow up and all of the experiences and adventures that we've gone on, it's hard as a parent to give your children the space and the opportunity to figure out and navigate the world on their own. Because when you're younger, you have the ability to give you the experiences and control your environment a little bit by taking you places and being there with you all the time and showing you things. And as you grow and you're becoming your own adult and your own individual, the worry really starts to come, especially as you're driving and you're going across the bridge every day to work, just out and about. And I always tell you when you leave the house, just be careful. And that's more to be aware of your surroundings, because I know you're a good kid and I know that you are cautious when you're driving. It's the other people around you that worry me. So I truly love you, and you know that, and just continue to be awesome. And I will continue to worry in a good way. I've gotten, questions before, and you have never given me reason to doubt your choices. And there's a lot of things that parents have to deal with and situations that their kids go through. And I am very proud that Papa and I are raising you in a way that you've never given us those kind of stresses. Normal stresses, fine. Normal teenage situations, fine. Normal high school drama kind of stuff. We laugh because it's like it happens in every high school, just different cast of characters, but it's common. It's things that Papa and I went through too. So we are very appreciative of how you've handled yourself and the person that you are becoming. I am super proud to be your mom, and I love you immensely. Wait, I love you 3,000.
I love you 3,000 too. And yeah, both those takes are being stayed in.
Oh no. I was trying not to cry, but as a mom, you have to be.
Do you have any
emotional.
final words?
It's a wrap.
Yeah. Do you have any closing words, Mother?
Closing words. I will say something that my mom said to me when you were younger. Grandma Patty was able to come and spend time with me when you were little to help me. And she had told me something one night where she could see that I was struggling a little bit. And it's something that I've carried to this day. And that it's just a moment. It's not your life. So when something is troubling you or something is difficult or you're having a moment where you're like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get through this? Just take a deep breath and know these words that Grandma Patty said that hopefully resonate with you and maybe with people that are watching.
Listen up, guys. Pay attention.
It may be difficult right now, but it's just a moment. It's not your life. And hopefully that rings true for people, that whatever you're going through, hopefully it's just a moment and it's not something that's going to affect your whole life every day.
That's all.
And patience. having patience and grace with yourself. Like I said earlier, first time being a parent. So just give yourself grace that this is new territory, new situations. Kind of don't expect yourself to know everything because you're a first time parent. You can read all the books, you can watch all the podcasts, you can listen to all the stories, but you kind of have to take little bits and pieces from all of that stuff and figure out how it applies to you and then use it to your advantage. But know that you should always give yourself grace and patience. Being a mom is tough, but it's also the best job you could ever have. And I think that's a wrap.
That is a wrap. Episode 26. A little special Mother's Day episode for y'all. Please do like, subscribe. Were you gonna say something? Oh, I heard a noise. Subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever. Share with your dog, because maybe they want to. If you do subscribe, hit that bell notification so you do see us. I think every 2 weeks.
Trying to.
We're getting there. We're getting consistent. We're getting consistent every 2 weeks. We'll try and push it down to a week, but there may not be a lot to talk about. But every 2 weeks, hit that bell notification. Click it again though, and then click all, because YouTube's weird. Follow us on Instagram, follow like some PCast, on TikTok too, follow like some PCast 2716, because TikTok likes numbers. Still can't figure out why. Email us any questions, comments, inquiries, concerns, theme ideas, whatever the hell you guys want. Follow like some PCast at gmail.com. And with that, that is a wrap. Happy Mother's Day to all you guys from our family. From our family to yours. Happy Mother's Day. And yeah.